This is my 1.5 year progress picture, and as a busy entrepreneur, I have been able to get in the best shape of my life, all from the comfort of my home without sacrificing any time to go to the gym. And in this video, I'll tell you exactly how I did it. But first, let me tell you about my story. 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. I remember arriving in the hotel, and it was the first time that I truly experienced freedom, and I completely fell in love with that experience. I had no one on top of me, no boss, no teacher telling me what to do. I could wake up at the time I wanted. I could go to the gym whenever I wanted, work whenever I wanted, go to the ocean. And it made me want to be an entrepreneur. It made me want to decide how my life would look like. It made me want to travel the world with my online business. But you see, there was a problem. I was also out of shape. I was used to getting no attention from women at all. I was used to getting no respect from men, and I was sick of that. I wanted to get in shape because I knew of all the benefits that it would give me. I remember there was one day where I went in my washroom, I looked myself in the mirror, and I just started crying. And the reason why was because I was just so sick of this body. I was sick of the way I looked. And that was the moment that it clicked for me. I needed to change. I needed to get in shape because I just couldn't live my whole life like this. So the next day I woke up, I was super motivated. I took the car and I went in the gym. But as soon as I entered the doors, I told myself that I would never, ever go back to the gym. The reason why was it was packed with people. It was full of people. There was a line to go to the bench, the leg press. Every single machine were used, and I just wasted hours out of my day, hours that I wanted to focus on my business. So I completely cut off the gym. I canceled my membership and I bought every single thing I needed in order to work out at home. And truly, it was the best option by far for me because my two goals were met. I was able to get in the best shape of my life. My life went from 10 to 100, and I was also able to focus on my business. I was waking up, not thinking about what time to go to the gym. My sole focus was business, and I was able to get in the best shape of my life on the side of it. If you want more of my personal help and you are a busy entrepreneur, go click the link in the description right now. But now back to the video. Working on at home changed my life forever. I remember when I first started to work out at home, I was way less stressed, way less anxious because first of all, I was lifting heavy weights, I was using my energy, but also because I was waking up thinking about business. It was my sole focus. I wasn't thinking about the gym or none of that. My sole focus was business, and I was able to get in the best shape of my life. This is why it is the best option to work out at home. Now let's talk about what is needed in order to work out at home. When I first started to work out, I had no bench and my workout was simply not the best. I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor and I just didn't gain as much muscle as I wanted. So I bought a bench and it made a huge difference. My workout was just 10 times better because I was able to do a bunch of different exercise with the bench. But you see, I had no dumbbells. I would do a bunch of body weight exercise like squats, push-ups, and I just didn't push myself as hard as I wanted. And I didn't know why I wasn't gaining as much muscle as I wanted. So I bought dumbbells and it just made a huge difference. I was able to pack on muscle way faster. I was able to push myself a lot harder now that I had dumbbells. The third thing that I bought is a door frame pull-up bar. When I first started to work out, I couldn't even do one pull-up. I tried to do one pull-up, but I just couldn't. And when I bought this piece of equipment, I was able to do 20, 25. This is the benefit of having this piece of equipment. It will allow you to do the pull-up, the chin-up, and a bunch more exercise like this. Now, the fourth and last thing that I bought is a mirror. Because when I was younger, I did not have a mirror and my workout was simply not good. I would do a bunch of movement with bad form and I had no idea of it. I thought that I was doing great movement with great form, and it was because I had no way to review my movement. So I bought a mirror and I just saw gains go up and up and up. And the reason why was because I was able to review my movement. I was able to make sure that I was working out correctly. And that is the beauty of working out at home. That's all you need in order to get in amazing shape, in order to feel amazing in your body and to have great workout. But you see, there was a problem. My workout were too long. I would do 4 sets for every single exercise and my workout would last 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. And I simply did not have the time to work out that long since I wanted to focus on my business. So I went on to 2 sets of failure and it was perfect because my workout were fast, effective, and I was able to gain muscle and focus on my business. But for a week, what I did is I went to 1 set because I wanted to see my real failure. And when I went to 1 set, my brain bullied me to push harder because it knew that I only had 1 shot at this. And it allowed me to see what I was truly capable of. It allowed me to see what my real potential was. And that is why I want you to go to 1 set for a week straight, see your real potential, and then go to 2 sets. And I promise you'll just have fast, effective workouts that make you gain muscle, and so you can just totally focus on your business with these workouts. When I was younger, think about it. I was this skinny guy that was getting no attention from women, and I was just so sick of that. I was sick of getting no respect from men and no respect for myself. So I started to make some research, and I found out about the V-shape. And truly the V-shape changed my life forever, because now I'm able to attract any woman that I want. I can get respect from men, all because of that shape. And I would tell you exactly the exercise that I do every single day in order to target the V-shape. But first, you need to know that in order to have the V-shape, you'll have to focus on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. I focused on these parts of my body, and it changed my life forever. Now let's talk about the exercise that I do every single day. Since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up every single day. And the reason why was because I used to work with a colleague of mine that was very attractive. And one day, I went to work with her, and she told me that she liked big, massive back. And that was the moment that it clicked for me. I started to do the pull-up every single day because I wanted to have a massive back to seduce her. But after a month, I just completely fell in love with that exercise. It wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive back transformation that I wanted to continue that exercise. So I did it every single day, and it is one of my favorite exercises that I keep doing every single day. So that's the first exercise. The second thing that I used to do was the push-up, and I was just not a fan at all of the push-up because it focused on the lower part of my chest, and it just gave me a saggy look that I didn't like at all. So I started to do the decline push-up, where I put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I did the push-up and targeted the upper part of my pec, and I just really liked that look. So that's the second exercise that I do every single day, is the decline push-up, and I highly suggest you try it. When I was younger, I struggled a lot to grow my shoulder. They just wouldn't grow, they were small, and I would try a bunch of different exercises and nothing would work. So I went on a trip with one of my muscular friends, and you know what? I decided to ask him, how do you build such massive shoulder? And he told me that he wouldn't train them once like I was doing, but every single day of the week. And so I tried it. I did the lateral raise every single day, and it definitely worked. So if you want to build big, massive shoulder, do the lateral raise. Now I do it every single day, and my shoulder grows and grows bigger every single day. So that's the tip that I want to give you, is to do the lateral raise every single day. The fourth thing is that I used to have a very skinny neck, and in high school, I was the easy target. I was getting bullied by my own friend because I just looked weak. I looked like a little boy, and I was sick of that. I wanted to change. So I started to make some research, and I found out about the neck curls. There's 2 ways that I do the neck curls. I do it on my back, where I put the weight on the front of my head and it targets the front part of my neck, or I do it on my chest, where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targets the back part of my neck. So the 2 ways that I do the neck curls, and this is another great exercise that I highly suggest you do. Imagine this. I was this skinny guy, and I saw all my friends getting all the attention from women, and they all had great genetics. They all had a six-pack, and so I was sick of that. I started to make some research on YouTube on how to have a six-pack, and I started to make these exercises like fast 6-pack abs guaranteed, and I would work them for 1 hour. I would look at my abs and I still didn't have a 6-pack. And the reason why was because I was going about it the wrong way. So I changed my approach. I started to train them 10-15 minutes every single day, and in 2 months I had the 6-pack. This is the way to build the 6-pack. You just need consistency and a little bit every single day. You don't need 1 hour once per week. Now what I do are 50 leg raise, and then I do 10 hanging leg raise. I do 2 sets or 2 series every single day. But you see, there was a problem. I was not consistent at all. I would work out for a week, and then I would stop for a month. I would work out for 2 weeks, and then not for a month. And the reason why was because I knew nothing about consistency. I knew nothing about how to stay consistent until I read that book. The book is called Atomic Habits, and it changed my life forever, because when I read that book, I discovered about stacking habit. Basically, what I do now is at 6 a.m. I wake up. From 6:30 to 12, I do my deep work. From 12 to 12:30, I eat. And then from 12:30 to 1:30, I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day, which is eating. This is the action of stacking habit. Think about your routine right now. Think about how could you stack working out on top of that routine and stack working out on top of your routine, and I promise it will be far easier to stay consistent. If you stack habit, you will continue your routine instead of starting a random time to work out, and it is far easier to continue doing something than it is to start doing something, at least for me. And the second thing that helped me a lot was to change my identity, because when I was younger, my identity was a skinny guy that was not getting respect from men, that was not consistent or confident. And whenever I would try to do something, I was simply not consistent. And so you can tell that it was very hard for me to stay consistent on my workout. And so I started to change my identity because I had to. Whenever I would work out, I was swimming upstream. My identity was pushing against the action of working out. And so the way that I changed my identity is that I would forcefully put positive thoughts in my mind. I would tell myself 100 times a day, you are a healthy athlete that is very consistent. I would repeat that. I would brainwash my own brain in order to create a new identity. And after, I don't know, week to week, I created a new identity, and all I had to do was add proof to this, and my identity was rock solid. And this allowed me to stay consistent and to work out every single day because it made working out a part of me. Of course, at first it was delusional, but it was better to have delusional thoughts that were helping me to achieve my goal than to have negative thoughts that were keeping me from achieving my goal. So change your identity by doing that, and I promise you will be far more consistent. Another thing that helped me a lot was to stay motivated, because if I'm being honest with you, I love motivation. I also love discipline, but I love to be driven to do something and to have the motivation to do it. So what I did is I took a piece of paper, I wrote every single thing that would happen to me once I would get in the best shape of my life. I would make a list, the kind of woman that I would attract to myself, the way I would carry myself, the way my body would look. I would write every single thing down. I would visualize myself once I would get in the best shape of my life. And whenever I didn't feel motivated to come back, I would just come back to that list and read it. And so it helped me a lot to surpass hard times. So this is your action step right now. Take a piece of paper, write every single thing down that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. And whenever you don't feel motivated, come back to that list, and I promise you will get the motivation that you like. Do it right now and you will get the motivation. I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to the father side of my family for Christmas. I would visualize myself entering the door with a tight shirt on my arm. As I visualize myself walking down the street, the way men would treat me, the way they would let me pass, the kind of woman that would look at me. And all the time that I didn't feel motivated and I started to do that, I would get the motivation. So do it. It is very, very useful to do, and I promise you will get the motivation that you need. Now let's talk about diet. When I was younger, I thought that it was impossible to eat healthy and tasty food. But you see, I was completely wrong, and this is the proof. This is a recipe that I cook every single day. It tastes amazing, it is very healthy, high protein, and so it is the proof that you can eat healthy and tasty food. You just need to know how to cook. I remember this one day where I woke up and the first thing that I ate was avocados with a bit of olive oil, and then I ate red meat. And later that day I started to work out, and I just had the best workout ever. And the reason why was because of what I ate earlier that day. You see, I ate high fat but good fat, and the good fat made my testosterone go up, and therefore I had a better workout and I would push myself harder. That was the reason why I had the best workout ever. You want to eat good fat but high fat, and the reason why is because it will make your testosterone go up and you will gain more muscle. You don't want to eat bad fat like McDonald's or fast food, because it will just make your insulin go up and you will gain more fat. Basically, I used to eat a lot of McDonald's and I would just gain a bunch of fat that I didn't want. I would gain weight, but in fat, and that was not my goal at all. We do not eat McDonald's. We do not eat fast food because the only goal that they are trying to get is to make us fat, and that is not the goal. We want to gain muscle and not fat. So don't eat McDonald's ever again, and I promise you'll achieve your goal. Try to eat avocados, olive oil, and red meat, and you achieve the goal that you set. When I was younger, I did not eat enough protein. I would eat 3 eggs in a day, and I thought that it was enough. But you see, I didn't push myself as hard as I wanted. I didn't gain as much muscle as I wanted, and whenever I would work out, I would just feel sore for 2 days, 3 days. And the reason why was because I was breaking the muscle, was working out, but then I wouldn't eat enough protein to repair the muscle, and so it was not getting repaired. That was the reason why I was not gaining as much muscle as I wanted. It was because I was not eating enough protein. So I started to eat 10 eggs a day. I started to eat meat every single day, and it was just a massive difference. I was able to pack on muscle way faster because I was breaking the muscle, but then I would repair them by eating enough protein. So that's what you need to do. You need to eat about 0.82 grams per pound of body weight, but you can just forget that. Just try to eat 10 eggs a day. Try to eat meat, chicken every single day, and I promise you will achieve your goal way faster than if you didn't eat enough protein. I want to share with you a pancake recipe that I cook every single day. About 2 years ago, I was scrolling on Instagram. I don't do this anymore, but I used to, and I discovered this pancake recipe. The recipe is 1 banana, 3 eggs, and a half cup of oats. I put that in the blender, I blend it, then I put a little bit of butter in a frying pan. I put the mixture in the frying pan, and it just tastes amazing. It is high protein, it is fast and effective, and so it is perfect for you, busy entrepreneur. Try it, and I promise you will love it. That's it for this video, and I really hope it helped you. I just want to show you this picture because it is my body transformation, and I just want to tell you that my life is 10 times better. I can now attract the kind of woman that I want. I can get respect from men, and I just feel overall 10 times better. So once again, if you're a busy entrepreneur and you want more of my personal help to achieve your fitness goal faster, go click the link in the description, and I wish you a good day.